Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of After the Hunt. As you can see, my box is empty. I go through 1,000 singles a week and I show you guys my finds, and then I take all those finds and I fill them up in my box. When my box gets full, well, then it's time for After the Hunt. I go through everything in that box one more time and I decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to do with it, what I'm going to get rid of, if I missed anything important, and how I store it all. All right, so let's get started. For those of you wondering, there were 640 notes in my box, and that's quite a few. I will tell you right off the bat that there was exactly 130 stars, and the basic math tells you that you will find 1 star per strap, which means this represents approximately 130 straps or 13,000 singles searched. So that's the numbers there, okay? And when you consider 13,000 singles, 130 straps, I have 640 notes. That's not really that many. So I'm sure my math is off on that. Anyway, the stars, I'm sure there's probably less stars than 10 per, but that's what everybody likes to say. So like I said, with 130, that's what I was using for my estimate. But you can take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, definitely 640 finds. So the box is empty. I get to start my box brand new. And let's take a look at some of the stuff that I have. To start with, there were 7 notes that were damaged, okay? At least that's how I called them when I did everything. I called them damaged notes, and these are the 4 that I'm keeping. This particular one has a very, very high misalignment. It doesn't interfere with anything, but it is high enough that it caught my attention, so I am going to keep this particular one. What do we got here? This one here, I'll show you the 7 there. There's a little bit of over inking on the 7. Clearly, if that was an 8, it would be a filled 8. So I noticed that particular type of inking. Yes, it's a 7. It's hard to call it a filled 7. Do I think this is worth anything? Nah, probably not. Do I think it's neat? I certainly do, and that's why I'm keeping it. What is this one here? This is as close to a true rotator as I found. And I say that because it's not exactly a true rotator, but it's as close as I find. And what do I mean by that? If you turn the 9 upside down, it's a 6. If you turn the 0 upside down, it's a 0. And if you turn the 6 upside down, it's a 9. The 1s don't count when you're talking about a true rotator. Okay, your 0s, 6s, and 9s are the numbers you're looking for a true rotator. At least that's what everybody says. To me, a rotator is 0s, 6s, and 9s. A true rotator is when the note reads the same when you rotate the note. That's why rotators are worth money, because you're talking about a very select digits, and you're talking a very select order. So what do I mean by that? Well, like this one here, if we count 1s as rotators, which we don't, but if we did, this number is 9101 1016. Okay? 9101 1016. And if we turn it upside down, it is 9101 1016. See how it reads the exact same upside down or right side up? That is a rotator. Okay, not just numbers you can flip. If you can flip the numbers and make out a number, yeah, that's cool. That's just a rotator. But a true rotator, you're talking 0s and 6s, and you're talking an arrangement where you can read them in both directions as the exact same serial number. Remember, 9101, turn that over, 9101. Last 4 digits, 1016. Last 4 digits here, 1016. That's a true rotator. This, like I said, is not a true rotator because it's using 1s, but still cool because you can rotate it to read the number the same direction. What's it worth? I don't know. but I understand why this is cool, and hopefully you understand why this is cool. And then what do we got here? Oh, this one here wasn't a damaged note. This one is a binary that I let slide in all that stuff. 6s and 4s on this particular binary, so this one got pulled, of course, and sleeved up. The other damaged notes that I found, this one was really cool. It looks like it is a misprinted note because the back is so gray and these seals are so bright. This isn't. This is not an error. Some people love to scream that this is an error. You're going to find these all over eBay as an error. It's not. This is how I know it's not. See all the damage on the front that causes this to disappear? Well, if we look at the back of the note, it's in the same condition. Let's compare it to a note that isn't damaged. There. See how bright green this is and how washed out that is? Calling it washed out is a very interesting point because that's exactly what happened to this note. How do I know this note was washed? Well, we love calling it paper money. It's not paper. It's 75-25 linen and cotton, which is clearly a fabric, not a paper. And what happens when you wash cotton at a high temperature? It will shrink. Correct. Yes. So let's look at this note, and I will line it up on this side right to the edge, and as we go across, it's short. So this note clearly went through a washing machine. That's why it looks the way it does. The amount of actual damage to the note itself tells you that, and the shrinkage attests to it being in a washing machine. Not an error, just damage. Don't fall for this. All right. Some of the other damaged notes I managed to save. I saved one that was severely off cut just to use in another video. I already did a video explaining how this is still only face value, so we're not going to re-hit that one. I did find a damaged note where the seal, someone tried to scratch it off and failed miserably, so you've got that. I've got another one that has the partial lamination, simply damaged. The note was peeled, but yet somehow it was peeled in such a way that the note appears split, just damage. And then there were the other notes that I'm just going to be getting rid of because of the various damage I saved for whatever reason, for whatever particular video I was doing at that particular time. All right, then we get to Where's George notes. I found a total of 22. This one is very fine. 22 Where's George notes are in here. These will all get logged. I will put them in for Where's George, and then I will release them into the wild. And the way that I do that is I put one in every strap that I return to the banks, and I make sure that I return these straps to banks that are not in my area. I'll take them either up to Milwaukee or down into Illinois. There's the star. That was interesting. So yeah, all these Where's George notes will get logged, and then I will put them into the straps and get them circulated once again. So like I said, 22 of those. There were notes that had stamps. Let's see. This one here has a stamp on the back. This one, let's see. Intrinsic value equals 0. Good. So whoever stamped this, please send me all your money since it has no value to you. What else do we got? Here we go. Corporations are not people. Well, that's true. I've never walked into a corporation walking up and down the street to say hi. So no, I was never standing in a voting line behind a corporation. So no, they are certainly not people. Let's see. Yeah, I got other stamps in here. What's this one? OnlyFans. All right, somebody's OnlyFans stamp. So yeah, I always find the stamps interesting. Let's see. Stop Tyranny. That's a good one. We should probably do that. And let's see. So there were 6 of those. Then I've got art notes. Notes that people drew on. Always entertaining. And of course, I love Mikey. You remember this one? That one's always cool. That one's kind of Joker-esque, I think. That's pretty neat. And then we've got just interesting notes in general. This particular one is going into my interesting pile because of the high serial number, 9599. The highest you're going to get is 960000. So this one to be 9599. Well, that's up there, and then it's a 0996. So it's quite a high serial number. I always try to save the highest serial number I come across. Here's another one, 95992. This was 95990. So those were the two high serial numbers that I found. What else? Oh, I've got a couple notes from hell. I always am amused by that. 7734, I should say. 7734, you flip that one over and you get a note from hell. And I think I found a couple of these. Oh, that was just that one there. That one was crisp. I found a bunch of MASH notes. 4077, not worth anything. I just amused myself by these. I don't know if I'm keeping them. Probably not. These will probably go back in circulation. Found a couple alternators. This one, the 4 alternates and zeros. So yeah, alternators, they've got their own special place. I found some birthday notes. That's another alternator. These are still alternators. Total of 7 of the alternators on there. Just finished looking through these real quick. All right. Then birthday notes. The vast majority of my birthday notes were backwards. Here's 1970, February 28th. This one's 2023. Once again, the year in front. You want the year at the end. But if I found a note like this that had my date, I'd be pretty happy. So most of these here have the year or the month in the wrong position. This one has it right. 5/10/1973. Yeah, that one's got it backwards. But yeah, that's kind of a way to show how tough birthday notes are to find. Out of all those notes, that's all I had, a total of 9 birthdays. So that's not very impressive at all. All right, so let me scoot this stuff out of the way, and let's jump into the next pile of goodies. Put that over there. The next thing that I have are my trinaries, and a lot of people wonder why I collect trinaries, and the whole point of me collecting trinaries is to try to find 2 notes with the exact same serial number. Now, I can't possibly hold on to every single note that I run across, so I decided to pick something that had a small percentage of showing up that still doesn't have any value. I picked trinaries. Out of 100 million notes, there are 695,000 trinaries. So that's 0.5%. You can find 1 trinary out of every 2 straps you search. So you're not going to be saving a ton of them, but you will save, 1 for every 2 straps on average. They don't have any additional value, so it's not like you're going to be buying them online. And it's not like you can cheat and just find a trinary and then go on eBay and try to match it, because you'd be paying for something that isn't worth a whole lot. It's fairly easy to find true fancy serial numbers with the exact same digit because 1, they have value, 2, they are usually advertised, so it's easy to find a radar. I shouldn't say easy. It's easier to match serial numbers with radars and repeaters and things like that. But when it comes to trinaries, there's some work. For trinaries, I found 104 trinaries. I did go through these. I did check my box. I did not match a number. But what do I do with them? Okay, well, what I do is I then put them in order. Well, first I put them in order. Then I check them against my box. And then I go through all of these, and I'm only keeping these 78. The rest of these are in horrible condition or have some type of writing on it or tears or stamps or something to that effect. And I don't really want to pair the ones that are bad. But I mean, if I do, great. I'm just not going to save them. If they match what I have, awesome. If they don't, I'm going to send them away so that when I do find pairs, they're going to be in relatively decent condition. So with my trinaries, I have a shoebox that I keep them in. You guys have seen that shoebox already. They're all in order there, and these will now be commingled back in. So that's the trinaries. Let's get these out of the way. The other thing I save are quads. I do the same thing with quads. Once again, trying to find, I don't believe quads are worth anything over face value. I wouldn't pay anything over face value for quads. I don't expect anybody to pay anything over face value for quads. I don't expect you to believe anything anybody says if they are trying to sell trinaries or quads for anything over $1. With my quads, once again, I put these in an order, not the exact order. My weird brain first separates by digit. So all the quad zeros go first, then the quad ones, then the quad twos. When I have quad zeros, the first thing would be I'd put them 0000 and then look at the last grouping of numbers to see what order they should be in. And then after that, I go with the ones that have one digit, and I put that one digit. You can see this one is a 2. This one's a 2 digit, so it's 79. This one's a 4 digit, so it's 8466. And of course, I have them out of order immediately. There we go. Now they're back in order. And then we jump to ones, and so on down the line. That's how I put them in order. It's just my own weird way. But this way, in my box, all the quad zeros are together, all the ones are together, and so on. So that way, when I go through it, it is just easier for me to try to find the pairs. I went through my quads. There were a total of 79 that are here. So quads are tougher to find than trinaries. And of the 79, I did not find a pair. I'm keeping 51 of them, and the rest of them right here. Once again, these are in lesser condition. These are all in lesser condition with writing, tears, some kind of problem on the note. I didn't have a pair for them, so I will just release these back into the wild. Once again, I pulled 640 notes. I didn't really intend on keeping $640 worth of notes, and this is my way of finally determining what I am going to keep. So these will go back. These are going to get commingled back in. And that's quads. I did find some 5 in a rows. When it comes to 5 in a rows, I found just 5. There's 5 ones, 5 threes, 5 fives, 5 sixes, and 5 sixes again. And I did check these against what I already have. There were no matches here. Now, when you start to get to 5 of a kind, you will see people selling them, so it is a little easier to try to pair those. I am not one to buy those notes, so I'm not going to go on eBay looking for them to try to pair them. But if I pair one from my own hunts, that's pretty cool. And honestly, that's the idea. If you can find the pair in circulation, that is a feat. Going online trying to pair stuff, that's almost cheating. All right. The next thing I've got listed here are stars, and I'm going to do those last. Okay, so we're going to skip over the stars for right now. The last gigantic pile I have here, these are old notes. Okay, and with the old notes, I do have a binder, and the binder is too big to show in here. Oh, let's see, here it is. Gigantic binder. You can see how thick this is. This binder has one of each note from each Federal Reserve and each series. So you're talking currently 2021 ABCD, 2017 A, ABCD, EFG. Also, I will do Fort Worth and Washington as far as the notes go, and it goes all the way back to 1963. I did not find any new notes, but I did have 4 upgraders. The 1974 from Dallas, that was an upgrade. This one is very crisp. 1981 from Philadelphia, much better than the one I had. Very crisp. 1981A from Richmond, and a really crisp Atlanta 1988A, not a web note, from Fort Worth as well. So these 4 are going to be upgraded in my book. The rest of the notes, I keep all of the notes that are 1993 and older, regardless of condition, because 1993 is very difficult to find. As for the rest of them, let's see if I can find it here. I put all the notes in order by year, and then I pick the best from each reserve, and the rest of them go in this pile that are going to get turned back in. Like I said, 260. Of the 260, I'm keeping 107, and of those 107, 4 of them are actually going to be upgraders. So all of these notes in here, this is stuck together. These are all the keepers. You can see some of them are from 2003A, but just one or two maybe from each reserve. And as you go back, you can see there, just one or two from each one. And 2003A, these are the Dallas versus Fort Worth. And we got 2003 here. So anyway, these are the ones that were in good enough condition to keep until we get back to some of the later ones, like this 1963B. That's in horrible shape, but I don't find many of those. So yeah, all these are going to be my keepers. I have a separate box for my old notes. All these are from, I want to say 1995 to present. Yep, you can see there 1995. And all these are just in horrible condition. I do keep at least one of every year and every Federal Reserve that I find through this hunt. That's why this pile is as big as it is. And then any duplicates that are in horrible shape are right here, and they're going to get put back into circulation. All right, so now let's tackle the fun part, the stars. You guys have been waiting for the stars. Let me move these out of the way too. My stars. My stars. That's pretty funny. There are a total of 130 star notes in this pile. What I did was I put them in order by year. So here's 2021 star note on top, and on the bottom, this one's 1999. Then once I sorted them by year, I put them in order by reserve. And then once they were in order by year and reserve, I took each of those tiny stacks and put them in numerical order. Sounds like a lot of work, but it pays off. So give me one moment and I will set this up and we will go through these live. Because I tell you guys all the time, I do not have 30 seconds per note. I don't have that kind of time. That's 130 notes there. That would take, what would that be? 70 minutes? That would take over an hour just to type in each of these. And I think that's on the crazy side. Oh, let me try this again. Because there we go. All right, we'll turn the camera so I can see. Zoom in a touch. All right. Oh, let's clear that out of there. All right. So I am currently on mycurrencycollection.com. I could probably bump that up just a touch there. There we go. All right. So mycurrencycollection.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to look up star notes right here. Star note lookup. Now this is where you guys would normally type in the serial numbers. And I just don't have that kind of patience. So I will go to over here where it says production tables. And then we will close the ad. Now here are the star note production tables. I want all $1 bills. So if I click on the one next to that, there you go. Here's the entire table. And if I just scroll down, you can see it lists all of them. So let's do it. And you see how they're color coded? I mean, how much easier can you get? So let's grab the first portion of these and let's see if I have any rares. Starting here, the first star note I have is the 2021D. And if I look here, no, I would need something that starts 032. Mine is 019, so that's not going to do it. The next thing I'm looking for is a G, which would be 032 or higher. So nope, that's the only 2021 I have, so that's no good. We'll scroll down to 2017A. 2017A, the first rare is B, and it's 032. So do I have any 032s? Nope. The next one I've got is an F. So we'll just scoot down here. It has to be over 032. My F is not over 032. Neither is that. Neither is that. Neither is that. Nope, nope. Okay, this one is, but it looks like it's way over. Yep, that's 09, so that's no good. And anything above that, 060 or 16. So there's a 13, and that concludes that. Go to the G's. I'm looking for 06. I've got 00. Looking for 06. 01, 03. Nope, nothing in the G's. And then down here, G 16. Nope, don't have any of those. Let me just double check the rest of those G's to make sure that I see where they ended. Nope, there was nothing there. And we can scroll to the L's, because I've got L's. 032 or higher, it looks like. So anything 032 or higher for the L's. 02, 032. This one is right there, the yellow, 640,000. So we'll set that aside, 640,000, and that's it there. Now we are to the 2017s. Looking for A's that are 06. Do I have any A's with 06? Nope. The next one would be F, under 002500. So do I have any F's? And I do, but nothing under what was posted. So let's keep going. H. Do I have any H's? G. Where are we going? There's H. All right, and H would be 03 or 032 or higher. So do I have any of those? Yep, 033. Double check. 2017. That one's one of 500,000. So there's a one of 500,000. And another one right behind it. Same group, one of 500,000. So there's so far one of 600,000 and two of 500,000. Next is J, 032. Nope. Nope, nothing else there. And the next one is K, 032. Nope. And then we can go to L. Just quickly get through these. Here we go. L, 032. There's one. This is one of 500,000. So that's a keeper. So that's another 500,000. 032. Nope, nothing else there. And there are no more for this year. Let me clear out what's on the bottom here so I can scroll again. There we go. Now we're at 2013. Let me get to the 2013s. Here we go. 2013s, right there. First thing we're looking for, nothing in A. We are looking for B's. Now, 2013 B star notes, you guys know, you can see all the exclamation points. These are all potential duplicates. Well, we'll see. So let me just grab all these to start with. There we go. My 2013 Bs. Okay. The first group is right here on top, and you want it under 0025, and this is 0024. That's one of the duplicates. That's definitely a rare. That's a rare in the duplicate series. Good note. This is 005, which means it's not in the duplicate series. So that one's not rare. But then for the duplicate series, you are talking notes that are 032 and up to 096. Those are the ones that are in the duplicate series. So I'm looking for notes that are 032 or higher. No, there we go. This one is not, but these are. So 032, 04, 046, 046, all the way to 09. Okay, so all of those are in the duplicate range. And all of these are at a print run of 3.2 million, technically 6.4 million, but they are duplicates. So I've got those. I had somebody pay $20 a piece for these. I couldn't believe it. So that's that. And this one, One of the ultra rares. I mean, I have no idea what this one would be worth because this one is in that first 250,000. So it's got that going for it. So we're going to set these off to the side. All right. Now what do we got? It looks like the next thing we're going to find is the D series, which would be 3,200. So let's see if I've got any of those. Nope. E 032. Nope. F 064. Do we have any 064s? Nope. And G. Well, let me double check the F's again, because there's also 096. So was there any that were that high? Nope. Okay. So back to G. G is 096 and higher. So do we have any 096 or higher? Nope. We're already jumping to the H's. Nothing there. No H's. J. Let's see if I have any J's. There's a J. That's one of 250,000. So that's a good one. And it's in good shape. Cool. So we'll put that off to the side. Then we're looking at K under 005. Not happening. And then L under 0008. So let's see what we got for L. Nope. Not going to do it. So now I can get rid of the rest of these 2013s. I did check all these, double check and triple check to make sure none of my stars were filled. We're at 2009. 2009, I've got a 2009F. None of those are rare. So I can get rid of those. Make sure, yep, 2009. Here's 2003A. So we'll scroll down to 2003A. And it is an E series. If it's under 0032, it is not, so it's not rare. F series, this is 2013. This got put in the wrong spot. So I will double check that before we go. Then I've got two 1999s. Let's check these. Two 1999s, here we go. H, well, here's the B, and no, the B's are not rare. And this one is an H. Our H's, well, they got a couple ones. And this one is not rare. And then the one note that was out of place, this is the 2013. And from F, where is it? 2013, there, F. And it is not, no, it is not rare. All right, so there, I just checked 130 star notes. That's why I do not type in the numbers. And what was I able to find? I was able to find the one of 250,000 B series duplicate note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2013 B in the duplicate range. Aside from that, I found one that is one of 600,000. I found three, 1, 2, 3, that are one of 500,000. And I found one that was one of 250,000. So there you have it. That's how I check my stars. My stars, I have a separate box for them. I will be putting all of these into that box, unless, of course, they've got writing and are damaged. I did not check that because I did not check their rarity. Usually the rare stars tend to be the ones that are in the worst shape. It's just luck. These happen to be in really good shape, so I'm excited about that. But I will go through all my stars and make sure that if there's any writing or if there's any tears, they will go back. I do recommend holding on to your stars because, well, I've got a video coming out on that. So that's what I do after the hunt. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.